What's going on, you guys? Welcome to status update number 4. I believe my counting is not great despite my bachelor's in finance. I'm recording this on Sunday because, well, there's no golf in the United States and I get the day off. I'm gonna have a little fun this afternoon. Watch a little football, watch the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Ravens, watch the Lions, despite Dan Campbell, go on the road and beat the Niners. Those are my predictions. We'll get into my Super Bowl predictions once those two predictions are incorrect, because that's the way I have been trending so far this year. But first, I just want to thank you all for subscribing. We're up to 150 on this channel. 150 idiots are listening to this. I'm very appreciative. I'm appreciative of the comments and the questions, some more than others. In last week's episode, we have a pretty normal one. A lot of rumors flying around. Not a ton of verified news, but a lot of this news is about 90% true type of week. And I think it starts with Anthony Kim. Remember that old fella, Anthony Kim, nearly 40 years old. Dylan DeChair of golf.com reported Kimster's back. He's talking to the PGA Tour. He's talking to LIV Golf about a potential return after 12 years away. Many know Kim dealt with numerous injuries and stayed away from the game because of a $10 million insurance policy. Well, Kim left. A new rival league with a shit ton of cash came aboard, and guess what? They can pay that $10 million insurance policy to Anthony Kim. Uh, and it makes a lot of sense if you're Anthony Kim. Monday Q posted a video of him swinging. You could clearly hear Phil Mickelson talking in the background. Never one to hush his voice. It's Philip. And the way I'm going to view Anthony Kim, and I started watching golf when Anthony Kim was on the up and up, right? 12 years ago, really like 15-ish years ago. That would have put me in middle school. I was at that tournament when he won at Congressional, the AT&T National, hosted by Tiger Woods. Loved him on the Ryder Cup. Loved what he did at Augusta. 11 birdies one round. Nearly caught down or tracked down Phil and Lee Westwood that one year. But the way I view Anthony Kim, and there's kind of two sides. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are like, dude, Anthony Kim might just be a guy. Was he really ever that good? I think he was phenomenal. The belt buckle, come on, bad boy, a great personality. But the way I view Anthony Kim is the way I kind of view snow. Yeah, snow. When you're a kid, you wake up, you see fresh pow on the ground. Your mind goes, no school. We're sledding all day. We're building forts. We're building igloos, snowmen out the wazoo. You don't have a care in the world. It's amazing. You see it, it's amazing. You see Anthony Kim on a golf course, it was amazing. But as you grow up, I'm in my mid 20s. I look outside, I see snow. I think, oh gosh, I got a shovel today. Oh God, how am I gonna get to work? Are the trains delayed? Are the roads backed up? Black ice? I don't want to deal with that. And so I think that's the way I kind of feel about Anthony Kim as a kid. The nostalgia factor. I loved him. He was awesome. He was the next guy. He was the Asian Tiger Woods. I can say that. I'm Asian. You probably cannot. But now it's like, okay, Buddy is 40 years old. He's going to try to make a 12-year comeback, a revival tour, and it's going to be a lot of fun week one if he does choose to play in LIV Golf Mayakoba, which I'm hearing could happen. It might be fun week two, Las Vegas, week of the Super Bowl. LIV Golf's going to ball out. They're going to ball out in 2 weeks' time. But what if he like shoots like a few rounds of 77, doesn't really factor in the tournaments? Okay, we still got the name factor. It's still going to be fun. Week three, Okay. And then you kind of go, okay, do we really need this Anthony Kim right now? That's obviously the pessimistic view. Worst case scenario. He could come back and he could be great. But 12 years is a really long time to make a comeback. So I'm excited for Anthony Kim to return potentially. Seems like his move to LIV Golf is going to happen, and it's perfect for him. Laid back atmosphere. He wasn't totally enamored with some of the PGA Tour bigwigs when he was playing, and so that this is probably a much better environment for him. And the golf might just be gravy on top, right? They've got the name. He'll drive eyeballs, I think, and they'll go from there. But we do have to talk about LIV Golf and its third season now, and the lack of communication from the league. We're sitting here on Sunday. They have a tournament on Friday, and we don't know the format of the league. I've been told that it's going to be 13 teams plus two wild cards. I think that's pretty well out there. That comes from the league. So we do know that. They're going to have 18 tee times, 18 threesomes, fill out the whole course. I think from a viewing experience, that's actually fantastic if you're able to get out there, park your ass on a hole, and you get to watch it. 18 groups roll through. That's great. But the communication from the league, we don't know all the rosters. It's reported Adrian Maronk is joining the Cliques. Big boost for him, DP World Tour Player of the Year. John Rahm's team, we don't have a full roster. We don't even have a name. There's a player in, it's like pretty well known. Tyrrell Hatton's talking to them, and the announcement's coming early in the week. So John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, I think one of the qualifiers from LIV Golf Promotions, and perhaps the kid from Tennessee. I haven't heard a ton of noise about that, but that seems to be Rahm's team for the moment. But I understand they had to go through some contract negotiations. Hatton was tied up in a contract with a different team, the Boston Common, TGL, the bubble that bursted, and they had to get him out of that, get him into the new one. And so I understand kind of the rushing, the cramming for the test, so to speak, but it is very, very bad, to be honest with you. The LIV Golf's communications thus far, I think it might be part of the startup aspect of the league. Like I said, it's still only year three. There's still a lot to learn. There's still a lot of things that they need to figure out. And this just seems to be one of them. The fact that they haven't even rolled out, haven't announced your biggest signings, team name, roster, anything. You haven't promoted it. They had a media week. John Rahm was there, but they haven't released any of it yet. I find a bit head scratching. I'm not a communications professional. They obviously know better than I do. But if you're trying to build up hype for your league, for your $500 million signing, I feel like you should probably release information instead of withholding it this entire time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And so, what LIV Golf is doing this year is they're going against the Big Daddy PGA Tour events, which is a brand new endeavor for them. They typically wanted to play against, no offense to some of these smaller PGA Tour events or shitty PGA Tour events, like the John Deere Classic, the 3M Open. They wanted to play against those, but instead, they're taking LIV Golf Mayakoba, going against AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, the first signature event in the continental United States this year. They're going next week to Las Vegas against the WM Phoenix Open, which I will be at. So if you're out there in Scottsdale, if you're out there for a bachelor party, it seems like I know about 10 people going to Scottsdale on 10 different bachelor parties. So A lot of dudes are going to be out there in Scottsdale. A lot of unoriginal dudes to that point, but you're out there. Come say hello. I'll be out there Tuesday through Friday. And they're going against the Travelers Championship. They're going against, I believe, uh, maybe Wells Fargo. They're going against another one. They're going against four total, four out of the eight. And it kind of comes off as a sign of strength, sign of, hey, we might have better fields than you guys. At the top, at least. John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, Terrell Hatton, DJ, Phil, Cameron Smith. The top of the league is very good. It is very, very good. I don't think that's in doubt. I don't think anyone can deny that. So it's a fact. And so it comes off as them flexing a little bit against a really good field at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Rory McIlroy is making his first start on the PGA Tour. You got Victor Hovland, Jordan Spieth is coming, Justin Thomas is in the field, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Tyrrell Hatton was. I assume he's not going to be here in the next couple days. And the one bugaboo I have about this AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am are the four exemptions they gave out. Adam Scott, a player director. Peter Malnati, a player director. Webb Simpson, a player director. And Maverick McNeely, AT&T sponsored, born and raised in Pebble Beach, very rich father. I get that one. But the four sponsors exemptions that each tournament has, each signature event has, I think could be used in a better way. Gary Woodland, coming off brain surgery. One of the best early season stories on the PGA Tour is Gary Woodland. Doesn't matter how he plays. Him playing at all is a fantastic story. Where did he win his major championship? Oh, the 2019 US Open at Pebble Beach Golf Links. Nope, sorry. Webb Simpson wrote us a letter. We need him in the field. We're going to take that US Open champion instead. Okay, fine. What about Daniel Berger? 18 months away from the PGA Tour due to back injury. Slowly but surely returning. A former top 25 player in the world. Where had he won before? Pebble Beach. Yes, that's correct. He won at Pebble Beach. What if we gave him one of the spots in the field? Really jumpstart this comeback for him. Now, Peter Malnati, he has a really cool bucket hat. Ah, shit. I forgot about that also. Will Zalatoris, coming off a great start at Torrey Pines. Top 15 finish there. One of the best major championship competitors of the last 4 years. What if we gave him a sponsor's exemption? No can do. Adam Scott. He wears tan pretty well. And so I'm disappointed. I know Will Zalatoris got one for the Genesis Invitational, which I am very happy to see, but it feels like these could have been used in a better manner instead of just lining the pockets of the guys who are in the meetings all the time. I understand. It's kind of what you got to do, but it's a little disheartening, I think, that you aren't really giving them to players, to guys that would drive eyeballs. People would love to watch Gary Woodland. There's high interest in Gary Woodland right now. There's interest into how Will Zalatoris is playing or how Daniel Berger is playing. I can say with 95% confidence, no one cares what Peter Malnati is doing, and no one cares what Webb Simpson is doing. It is no offense to those guys, even though it comes across very offensive, but it really just is a fact. So we've talked about AK, we've talked about LIV Golf, poor communication strategy thus far, players leaving there, Adrian Meronk, DP World Tour Player of the Year. I'm assuming these guys are probably going to keep their membership just because eligibility for the European Ryder Cup team, you still need DP World Tour membership, but that could change once the events start because you do get fined. I believe it's £100,000 for each start on LIV Golf. So 1.4 million, is that worth the Ryder Cup eligibility? We could see. Maybe for John Rahm, maybe for Tyrrell Hatton. I assume his deal is probably going to be, I don't know, like 70-ish, 75 million, if I had to guess. And then Adrian Meronk, I don't know, you didn't even make the team this year. So, and you were the DP World Tour Player of the Year. So maybe you're just not destined to be on the team despite my love for Eastern Europe. You guys know I love you. You guys know I love you. If we want to talk about the actual golf this past week, Matthew Pavon beats Nikolai Hogard, Steven Yeager, just a cluster of names, you could say. Xander Schauffele was in the mix, but I want to talk about Tony Finau, and I want to talk about his putting this week. Every time you turn to Tony Finau on the golf course, it seems like his hands get lower and the toe of his putter gets higher. And CBS Sports had a great stat while he was putting during the back nine. Tony Finau, by tournament's end, assuming only on the three courses that had shot link data, not the North course, made 10% of his putts from 4 to 8 feet. He was 1 for 10 on the week. 1 for 10 from 4 to 8 feet, Tony Finau was. The PGA Tour average from 8 feet, the upper range is 50%. 10%. 10%. He lost by 3. And where Tony Finau goes from here, and I think it is probably needed given his inconsistency on the greens. I'm not sure he will ever do it, but we're seeing more and more guys do it. Bring out the lab broomstick. It's time to do it. Drop your ego like Akshay Bhatia, like Will Zalatoris, and try something new. Will Zalatoris' stroke looks much cleaner, much smoother, overall much better. Tony Finau's putting stroke is just jabbing the ball. Sometimes it goes in. He had a great front nine on the greens Sunday or Saturday, gained over a stroke and a half, and then he misses 5 putts inside 8 feet on the back nine. As a professional golfer, as good as Tony Finau is from tee to green, you just have to be better. You have to try something new. It is almost required of you to go searching down a rabbit hole for answers. So I think Tony Finau, try out the broomstick. Why the hell not? If you're just average on the greens, you're going to win a shit ton of golf tournaments. It's almost the Scotty Scheffler effect. Maybe Scotty should do it too, but I don't think we're quite there with Scotty yet. We might be there with Tony Finau. All right, you guys, that's all I got today. Like I said, I got to go out. I got to have a little fun. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe. I hope you comment. And I hope you have a great day. We have the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am this week. Congratulations to the winner, Colin Morikawa. He's going to bounce back from the miscut at the Farmers Insurance Open. I think anything north of 25-1 you hit. And congratulations to LIV Golf Mayakoba winner, Joaquin Niemann. The Chilean has been playing some really good golf, trying to get inside the top 50 in the world for the Masters. He's been everywhere. He was in Dubai, playing with Rory on moving day there. He's been on Australia, where he just won. So I like that he's got some reps. So give me Joaquin. Give me Colin. I'm a Ripper GC fan. Our 4th player has not been announced yet either. LIV Golf, come on, throw a dog a bone. And you guys have a great day, because we'll be talking soon.